Hey, I heard there is a new guy making content about Magic the Gathering. Do we really need another one? Oh, well, I don't really care if we need one or not. I mean, we do have some good ones already, like Tolarian Community College, Commander at Home, Quips and Guac, I think is the name of him. It's this guy, the little avocado boy. And that should be good enough, but, you know, I like Magic. I really just got back into it for the first time in many years, and Commander is new to me as of this year, but Magic is not new to me. I started playing around 2006 through around 2008 to 2009, and I remember my first deck was a mirror deck, and I was playing against some dude that was using a sliver deck, and that shit was crazy. It's still crazy. I see sliver decks on Arena sometimes, I'm like, you know, just be toxic, I suppose, whatever you want to do. I don't really like metagame too much. It's really annoying to me. Like, I just did a stream recently where I played against some dude playing a VV deck. I was just in chat, and I was like, cool, let's play. And the second I saw VV, man, I just wanted to quit. But I am not here to ramble about just anything. I want to talk about my deck that I built. This is my first Commander deck that I built myself. I started playing with precons, my first one being Dog Meat from the Fallout. It was a gift, and I was like, oh, this is so good. I forgot how good Magic is, how fun it is, how fun it can be. And that led me into buying other precons to now building my own decks, and this is the first one I built. And the commander is Betor, Ancestor's Voice. If you don't know about Betor, here's what his text box says. Flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to one other target creature you control equal to the amount of life you gained this turn. Return up to one target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. And when I first read that box of text at the beginning, I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. I've got to build something with this right now. And honestly, it didn't even start with Betor. It started with Halia Guided by Light, which I pulled this card out of a booster pack, and I was like, oh, this is a fun commander. It's really easy to put in play because you have a warp effect, and you also have a really low CMC. And the text box says, whenever Halia or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain 1 life. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you've gained 3 or more life this turn. Like, that's just fun. My problem is mono white's really hard to build around with it just being lifelink. And that's when I just kind of stumbled upon Betor. And I knew that I had to change commanders pretty quickly, but luckily I had some options of these Abzan colors to make a really fun deck that would be beefy and still easy to play. I will be leaving the deck list down below for this entire deck if you want to play around with it and use it yourself, or, you know, build upon it and get some ideas. But what I think I should do is play some Go Fish just to show you kind of how it works and just show you some of the stuff I've added to it. All right, let's go ahead and draw 7. A Command Tower, Llanowar Waste, Talisman of Hierarchy, a Rampant Growth, Anok Wayfarer, Assassin Initiate, and Cleric class. All right, definitely going to keep this. So let's go ahead and draw for turn. Going to be a Forest. Start off with this Command Tower. Let's go ahead and get this Cleric class out onto the battlefield. It says if you would gain life, you gain that much life +1 instead. There's a couple other levels. We'll get to it as we need to. So untap, upkeep, draw for turn 2. We pulled Asceticism. It's an enchantment, gives creatures hexproof, and you can also regenerate your creatures. I want to go ahead and play this Llanowar Waste. I'm going to tap the Command Tower for a green, play Rampant Growth, and we will look for a basic land and put that onto the battlefield tapped. Let's do that Plains. So now we're going to turn 3. We will untap, upkeep, draw, pull a Blossoming Sands. I'm trying to get my commander out before I start gaining life. If you need something out on the field, I understand, but that's my goal is to get him out. That's why he's there. Let's go ahead and play this Forest. Let's go ahead and tap 2 for this Talisman of Hierarchy. It's just a mana rock, it deals damage to you. We need that for Betor's second ability, and then I will tap this for a black, taking a life to play Assassin Initiate, and that is all I can do for this turn. So let's go ahead, untap, upkeep, draw for turn 4, I believe, and we can go ahead and play this Forest that I just drew. We're going to go ahead and tap out to play Betor, Ancestor's Voice. So what I like about Assassin Initiate is I can pay 1 and I can give it the choice of flying, death touch, or lifelink until end of turn, and there are no other restrictions, so I can do all 3 if I really wanted to. We'll go ahead and tap to give it lifelink, and I will attack, and assuming it doesn't die, I'll gain 2 life because Cleric class allows me to gain extra life anytime I do gain life. And at my end step, I have taken 1 damage. I can return a creature card from my graveyard to my battlefield for the amount of 1 CMC without paying its cost. However, I don't have anything in here, but he does have lifelink, and I'll be able to put 2 +1/+1 counters on him. And then we can move on to turn 5. So we'll untap, upkeep, draw, and I drew the Warring Triad. I will go ahead and play this Blossoming Sands. I will gain 1 life when it enters, +1, so that's 2 so far. Then I'm going to tap a green, and a Plains to play Anok Wayfarer. When this creature enters, I will mill 3 cards and put a land card from among them into my hand. And if I don't, I put a +1/+1 counter on him. So I'll mill 1, 2, 3, so I can return a land card to my hand. Also discarded Alchemist's Gift and Essence Warden. I will be able to return Essence Warden at the end of turn because I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make this a green to take a life to play the Warring Triad. It has Flying, Trample, and Haste, and as long as there are fewer than 8 cards in your graveyard, this isn't a creature. I could tap it to mill a card, and target player adds 1 mana of any color. So I've taken 1 life this turn, I've gained 2, and what I would do now is tap this for a colorless to give this lifelink. Swing, I would probably swing with this too, just because he has flying, and I would gain 2, 1 from here, and this triggers 3 + 1, so 4, so I'd gain 6 life. Overall, I would have gained 8 life. I would probably put it back on Assassin Initiate just because he's going to be giving me lifelink. So this would currently be an 11/11. And on my second main phase, just to kind of get this out there, I'd probably tap this because I do want stuff from my deck to my graveyard, and this allows me to mill a card. This allows me to mill a card. I'm just going to float 1 mana and mill 1 card. I milled a Eumidian Terrabotanist. And yeah, that's just kind of how this deck works. I'm going to be putting counters on other creatures. I'm going to be milling cards to return creatures from the graveyard to the battlefield, and just general ramping. It's nothing crazy, but it is a lot of fun. I've gotten my life total well past 200 a few times playing this deck, but it also just feels good to get really beefy creatures and be really strong. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked it at all, please let me know what you liked about it. If you fucking hated it, also let me know, because I'd like to continue to do this. I really do enjoy Magic. It's a lot of fun. I don't really have many people to play it with, unfortunately, but when I do get to play it, it's just a blast. I could play for hours and not even realize I've been playing for, like 5 to 7 hours. So let me know what you liked about this video. Let me know what you didn't like about this video. If you want to check out this deck list, I'll leave the Moxfield link down below. If you want to check out my card, you know what? I'm cutting all that shit out. You're not even gonna know what I was just talking about. This video gets 15 likes. I'll make another video, whatever.